Hi, welcome back to Physics Teacher. This is a question from the grade 11 math contest, the Fermat contest from Waterloo University, and it has to do with factorials. Give it a try, and I'll be right back with the solution. Alright, so factorials are new for grade 11s. You don't learn about it until grade 12 data management. However, the operation of a factorial isn't very complicated, and it explains it right here in a question. So if you have some n factorial, all you do is you take n, multiply it by the 1 less than n, multiply it by 1 less than that, and so on. So it's the product of all these integers. For example, 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and so on. Okay, so 1 factorial would therefore just be 1. 2 factorial would be 2 times 1, which is 2. Notice that after 2 factorial, everything else has a multiple of 2. For example, 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1, which is going to be 6. 4 factorial, 5 factorial, they'll all have this multiple of 2 in it. So all of the products will be a multiple of 2. Similarly, all factorials after 3 will be a multiple of 3. So 4 factorial is just 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 24. So that's a multiple of 3, it's a multiple of 2, and it's also a multiple of 4. 5 factorial would just be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, or 4 factorial, which is 120. Alright, but we want to know this. B factorial minus A factorial. What can that never be out of these 5 options? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Well, notice 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are all odd numbers. So when could this be an odd number? Well, you can only get an odd number if one of the numbers is even and you subtract another number that is odd, or vice versa. Well, the only odd factorial is going to be 1 factorial. Everything after that is divisible by 2, so it's evened. And since B must be greater than A, that means A must be 1. So A is 1. That's going to be our odd factorial. B will have to be our even factorial, which is anything beyond that. So let's try a couple. Let's say we had 2 factorial. Let's say B is 2 minus 1 factorial. What would we get? Well, this is 2 minus 1. Well, that's just 1. Okay, well, 1's obviously an option, so let's cross off A. Well, what about 3 factorial minus 1 factorial? Well, 3 factorial 6 minus 1 is 5. Well, this is obviously not an option. Okay, 4 factorial. That's 24 minus 1 factorial, which would be 23. So there's our 3 in our 1's digit. So B is not an option. And you can even try 5 factorial minus 1 factorial, which is 120 minus 1, which is 119. So there's our 9. So our answer is going to be 7. But why can 7 never be possible? Well, for 7 never to be possible, you would need an 8 in the 1's digit. So you would need something 8, for example, minus 1. And that would give you a 7 in your 1's digits. Well, this is never going to happen. You'll never get an 8 in the 1's digit of your factorial. Why not? Well, we don't have one in the first 5, and everything after 5 factorial, including 5 factorial, is divisible by 5, meaning in your 1's digit, you will either get a 0 or a 5, never an 8. So you'll never get a 7 in your 1's digit for B factorial minus A factorial.